Okay, hi guys. So today we're going to be doing a business interview that's not so business newsy. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but anyways, we have two remarkable people joining me today for this conversation. We're so excited. Now joining me on the line right now, directly from Finland, is Mr. Johan Berg. He is the CEO of Lumene, and Ms. Tiina Isohanni, and she is the VP of Research and Development. Thank you so much for joining me today, directly from Finland. First of all, what time is it over there? It's 3 p.m. Beijing time right here.
It's 10:15 here.
Okay, so it's not too bad. It's 10:15 in the morning. All right. I am so excited to be starting this conversation because I'm a huge fan of your brand, and I'm a huge fan of a lot of the concept the brand represents. So I can't wait to get this conversation started. But first of all, I want to ask a couple of unusual questions you perhaps don't get asked very often in a lot of business interviews. But first of all, let's start with Mr. Berg. So Mr. Berg, tell me, Lumene, when we think about skincare and makeup, we think the majority of your customers are perhaps women. So as a male, as a man, as a male CEO, how do you get in touch of the essence of the brand? How do you know what women consumers want?
It's a very interesting question. First of all, I've been 25 years in the business, working with cosmetics. Even though the majority are women, but men are using cosmetics. You could say that every woman is using cosmetics. So it's one of the daily routines for all of us. I mean, I use cosmetics. Of course, at the office, all the people around me, we discuss about this kind of marketing, cosmetics, research and development, what type of products people are interested in. That's such an important part of life.
For sure. I'm curious, do you ask people around you who work for you to wear makeup and take care of their skin every day?
You don't need to ask people to do it, because I think that especially if we talk about the people working within cosmetics, it's so natural. I think we all have our daily routines. You wake up, you wash your face, you have your favorite products that you start using, and the same in the evening and even during the day. So it's not something you ask. Of course, the only thing we probably ask is we want people to test the products. We want people to test the competition, to test our products, and to build an opinion about what's out there, where we are better, where we have to learn more, where we have to push harder. So of course, trying products is important.
That's for sure.
Myself.
I always think that if you have to ask people around you to take care of their skin and wear makeup while you're selling skincare and makeup, perhaps these people are working in the wrong industry. So that's not something that you need to ask.
I agree.
Another question for you, Mr. Berg, before I move on to Ms. Tiina. From the last conversation we had, I remember you told me you have a daughter, and of course your wife as well. So there are women in your house. Do they use Lumene products, and do you ask them to only use Lumene products?
I do talk with my wife a lot about cosmetics, and as I have said before, she's the most fortunate woman on earth, because I have been working 25 years in cosmetics, and my daughter is working in the biggest company in the world in cosmetics. So she's so spoiled. She gets everything she wants. But I can tell you one thing that makes me very proud, and that is that I see her every morning, despite the choice she has to use Lumene products. And I've never said anything, because I know that if I would comment on that, she would probably swap and try to do something else, just to not to make me feel that I have the best products. But she does use Lumene in the morning and in the evening. And of course, she's trying other products and using others as well. But among all those world brands, Lumene is still on the top list for her. So that is, I think, very, very good that she has accepted my work, and here together with Tiina and the rest of the team.
They are really lucky. So for all the single women out there, when you're looking for a boyfriend or a husband, they don't all have to work for a skincare brand or whatnot, but if they do, that's definitely a plus. You get all of these samples for free. So Ms. Tiina, let me ask you this question. For Chinese women, skincare has always become a way of life. We love taking care of ourselves. We love take our time every morning, every night, doing many rituals, taking care of our skin. We have this elaborate process that we have to do before we put makeup on our faces and walk out of the door every morning, and we also have to take care of ourselves before we go to bed. But we're so curious, such a beautiful country as Finland, what about Finnish people? What do they do? Is there a special step they do, or what's their usual skincare ritual is like?
First of all, I would like to say that Nordic beauty, it really has a holistic approach to well-being and beauty. So our consumers, they rather have a natural look. They don't want to cover a lot of makeup, and they just want to be naturally and effortlessly chic. And maybe that's why our consumers, they really believe in prevention and also regular skincare. Cleansing is of course the first step, and because water is so important for us in our beauty rituals, they prefer using cleansing products which can be rinsed off with water. Hydration, of course, very important. It can include serums, creams, eye creams, etc. And then protection, absolutely very, very important for everybody. But our rituals, they are not too complicated. They are simple but complete. I would say that Nordic consumers, they are craving for hydration. That's why we have quite a lot of different kind of watery textures, and they love them because of the touch of water.
That's for sure. Tiina, I know you've been in the industry for a long time, so you're not only a product specialist, you're also a beauty expert. I want to ask you, in your opinion, after working in R&D for so long, in your opinion, what makes a good skincare product? What are the elements you look for?
I think that hydration is really the base and something everybody needs. That is really the basic thing what we really all need. Otherwise, then I would say that it really depends on skin type, depends on your skin needs, and also sometimes you need to consider changing seasons as well. It really depends on, and that's why I can't mention just one product or category what you should use. But you should find your own way to have a good beauty rituals and select the product so that your skin is nice and it looks healthy and you feel comfortable with your skin.
You're absolutely right. You know, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I really just didn't care about skincare that much. I guess that's the blessing of being youthful back then. You're so young and your skin just naturally looks good. If you didn't have acne, then it's fine. You don't have to worry about losing your collagen and whatnot when you were 16. And I paid a lot of attention to makeup. As I got older, I realized, you know, beauty comes from within. You really have to have a good base, have good skin as a foundation to be able to get your makeup to shine through. I love Lumine's products. I love a lot of them. I've got several here, just, I brought over. That's selling very well in my store, and Chinese consumers have been responding very positively to these products. I've got this this hydrogel mask. We call it the cold mask. We love it. I think this actually makes my face tighter. And this Nordic water gel, I love this for oily skin because I've got combo oily skin. And this moisturizer, my mother loves it. She said it's very moisturizing without, weighing her skin down, without being too greasy. And my favorite product is this one, because I love, I've got a 1-year-old baby. I haven't slept in a year. And this one is a lifesaver. It really makes my skin brighter when I'm feeling like death after not sleeping for a week straight. I want to know, Mr. Berg, anything else you would recommend that I don't know about yet? Anything that you would recommend me trying, or other Chinese women who are dealing with the same problems? No sleep, so much stress. Any other secret weapons you have?
I think you picked one. I mean, clearly our hero products. For myself, this oil is also for sure one of the key favorites. What you probably didn't show was the ageless assortment, which is our premium brands for, let's say, a little bit more mature skin. And then, of course, we have a couple of other oils, which is the Nordic Hydro oil and the hemp oil, which are also in the assortment. Not everything is yet available in China, but year on year and month by month we hope that we can add more of those beautiful products. But really what you just showed are among the core products. The assortment we have back here in Scandinavia is of course much wider than we have for the time being in China. So I hope that we can continue to develop our assortment now when the Chinese consumers has found us.
That's right. I see your new products. I don't have them yet. So I think I deserve a shipment.
We will send it. We'll send everything to you.
I think I deserve a couple tryout products after this conversation.
You are as lucky as my wife. You get everything you want.
Okay. Sounds very good. And another thing I want to talk to you about, Mr. Berg. I've never met you in person yet. Hopefully I'll be visiting Finland and I want to see your Arctic fairies and everything very soon. I haven't met you in person yet. Just from looking at the videos, I think your skin looks great. Do you have any skincare secrets that you yourself use and that you haven't told anybody yet? I want real stories that you haven't told anybody else.
The real story, if you talk about my skin, I mean, if it is, or myself is probably that I'm living the Nordic life. I mean, I live most of the time in the countryside. I have the pure nature around me. I think that on top of good products, healthy life, healthy food, and enough sleep is important. And then on top top of that, I do use skincare every day. I don't have a wide routine, but I make sure that my skin is hydrated before I go to sleep. I make sure my skin is hydrated during the day. The morning after having the morning shower, I always use at least minimum one product and quite often two products. So I like a daily moisturizer, and then I just can't keep my hands away from the oils we have, because I find them just magic, and just the feeling of getting them on the skin is so nice.
Yeah, as I get older, I appreciate these type of oils so much more, because you feel the antioxidants just soaking into your skin and trying to fight all the signs of aging. It's just miraculous.
I agree, and then I mean, for me, what took some time, and that's why Tiina Isohanni is the person who is behind every single development we have. But they also have been trying before I entered Lumina, very often left my skin a bit greasy, and to be honest, I don't even know exactly how this has been constructed, but the fact that you feel smooth but you don't get greasy, I think that is one of the magics with this product.
Same question I want to ask Tiina. You are practically a scientist. You're in charge of R&D. So from a scientific point of view, I want to know just some raw information for female consumers out there, for all the women who are fighting tooth and nail, try to stay youthful looking. We all accept aging, and that's gonna happen to everybody. We all wanna age gracefully. But at the same time, we're trying to put these creams and everything on our skin to slow down that process. I wanna know the truth. What ingredients actually work when it comes to anti-aging?
When we speak about anti-aging, I would definitely at first recommend to use always the products with high SPF, like 30. And including both UVA and UVB protection. And that I would combine with different kind of antioxidants. And for example, lingonberry, it is a tiny little berry growing in Nordic forest, and it is full of antioxidants. And we have used a special technology, biotechnology, to increase the antioxidant power with like 11 times compared to the lingonberry as such. And it is then in a way completing the protection by inhibiting both UVA and IR radiant. So those are a couple of elements I would definitely recommend. Also peptides for firmer and more healthy looking skin, I would also recommend.
Yeah, Tiina, I feel like I learned a lot from just listening to you talk about effective ingredients for about 2 minutes. What I can tell you is that majority of women these days, especially Chinese women, and I think American women and women around the world in general, are waking up to what they actually are putting on their faces, you know what I mean? Before, we're just kind of looking at the ingredients list and we're like, oh, we don't know what these things mean, and we don't really care as long as it works. But these days, they're like, oh, wait a minute, I want to know what's in there, what kind of health effect or impact will this ingredient have on my body? From trying to conceive my daughter, I realized some ingredients, some chemicals could actually be endocrine disruptors, which means that things like phthalate and paraben, which are not that uncommon to see in a lot of skincare and makeup products, actually could disturb women's hormonal balance and makes it harder for women to conceive. And these are very scary information to digest. I want to know, Tiina, as a woman, what do you think we should be looking out for other than the very traditional paraben, phthalate, anything else that would ring alarm to you? Like if you were taking care of your daughter, would there be something that you will tell her to avoid?
There is nowadays a lot of discussion about clean beauty, and I think everything what you just said, it is related to that. Yes, really having that as a very important topic all the time when we are developing different kind of products. And we really want to avoid those kind of ingredients which may have potentially concerns related to human health or environment. We are considering both in that sense. And that's why we avoid a lot of different kind of chemicals. Those you mentioned parabens, and you mentioned phthalates and hormone disruptors and so on. Yes, those we are avoiding. But that is a journey actually, because there's all the time more and more information available, new researches, etc. So that is the journey what we are going through. We are continuously following the latest research and acting accordingly. But then I would also like to add that it is not only a question of ingredients, it is also a question of the different kind of procedures during the R&D process, during the manufacturing process. So we have very, very high safety standards and we follow different type of procedures to ensure that the products are really safe and consumers can do them. And I think that is very important part of the R&D nowadays, really to evaluate the ingredients and the processes so that the safety is ensured.
For sure, Tiina, because these days so many people are talking about clean beauty, clean beauty. What I don't want to see is that this phrase gets thrown around too easily and people forget the true definition of clean beauty. What you said made perfect sense to me, at least. Not only your ingredients have to be clean, you also have to keep updated with the newest research. You'll be surprised how many people just stop reading stuff once they think that they know something. And also the manufacturing process would have to be safe for consumers as well. That's just a very, very good information to know. And Mr. Berg, I want to know, when it comes to China, these days almost all international brands want to get into this ginormous market. China's got 1.3 billion population, 1.4 billion, half of them are women. And the younger generation's women are increasingly willing to spend money on self-care. And their disposable income is also skyrocketing, which makes Chinese women the pillar of the world economy. I think that's not an exaggeration to say. So what's your expectation for the Chinese market for Lumene? And what do you think this brand will bring to the Chinese consumers?
I would actually start with the concept of Lumene, because what we see in China and in Scandinavia and in Europe is that the consumers are more and more seeking for natural, healthy, clean products, and know that Scandinavia is representing probably the purest places on earth. Where we see that the majority of the certified forest is located in Finland. We have the purest water, and we have all the access to all those, what we say, well-crafted ingredients like the berries and the cloudberries, the lingonberries and other ingredients. It makes us in a way in a very lucky situation, because we can provide, with the skills that our R&D team is setting up, we can produce products which are exactly on trend for time being. Natural, vegan and really high quality. Then when we look at China and we see that the interest of these type of products are growing very, very rapidly in your country. And as you said, knowing that China is the probably most powerful country in the world with the enormous amount of people you have there, and knowing that the society is really developing very quickly, giving access to the product, with the increasingly, let's say, economy continues to grow faster than anywhere else. For sure, this is the most interesting market you can imagine. So now when we see that, I mean, we actually learned our potential in China by watching consumers in the international travel retail stores, where we saw that the Asian consumer dominated by the Chinese consumers were so often grabbing products from the Lumene shelves, and not only one or two, sometimes I'm taking a lot of different products and multiple packages when they went back. So that really created the interest for us to see that, hey, we have to look at this market. Yeah, we love China. We love the possibility to develop the business there.
This is very exciting news to hear. Now the final question I want to ask Tiina. I love so many Lumene's products. I know I'll get a shipment very soon. But is there anything upcoming that you guys are working on you think consumers should be aware of? Any news that you can tell us now? Any breaking news?
Oh, of course, we are all the time developing new products, and especially we are all the time looking for solutions from Nordic nature, new plants or new components from different plants, and that's what we do all the time. But just now we are working with the products for oily and combination skin, more for adult women, and of course they will contain new different Nordic ingredients compared to what we are having at the moment, but unfortunately can't tell more about it.
All right. I know you told us as much as you can. I have to say that I am extraordinarily excited about the brand's future and the brand's future in China as well. It was so nice for you guys to sit down with me and answer a few questions that I have, and also I think a lot of my followers have as well. And I am looking forward to visiting Finland when this pandemic ends, and I'm looking forward to touch those super magic berries myself to understand more about the anti-aging and skincare effects behind these super fruits. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Thank
you, Tracey. And I tell you one thing, when you are coming, we're going to show you what this wildcrafted means, which actually means that you handpick all the berries yourself. It's not a harvesting big machine which is harvesting it. It's not a farm thing. You go out in the forest and you pick them by your hands.
Wow.
That's quite unique.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. I am so looking forward to that. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Mr. Berg. Bye, guys.
See you.
Thank you.